In football, some players take years to develop into world-class stars. Others, like Kylian Mbappé, reach that level before they even turn 20. By 23 years old, Mbappé had already achieved what most footballers could only dream of in an entire career: a World Cup, multiple league titles, and goal records that put him alongside football's greatest prodigies. But just how good was 23-year-old Kylian Mbappé? Let's break it down. At 18, he had already dominated the Champions League with Monaco. At 19, he had won the World Cup, scoring in the final like Pelé. By 22, he was already PSG's main superstar, carrying the club on his back. At 23, Mbappé wasn't just a star. He was the face of football's next generation. His combination of speed, skill, finishing, and decision-making made him a nightmare for any defense. This wasn't just a great player in the making. This was a generational talent in full force. Mbappé's 23-year-old season, 2021-22, was arguably the best of his career so far. 39 goals and 26 assists in 46 games for PSG. Ligue 1 champion, his 5th title. Ligue 1 Player of the Year. Ligue 1 top scorer, 28 goals. Most assists in Ligue 1, 17 assists. He wasn't just scoring goals, he was creating them too. In fact, he became the first player in Ligue 1 history to finish a season as both the top scorer and top assister. That's elite playmaking and goal scoring combined. If there was ever a moment that defined how good Mbappé was at 23, it was the 2022 World Cup final. A hat trick in the final against Argentina. 8 goals in the tournament Golden Boot winner. Single-handedly dragged France back into the game. That performance wasn't just great, it was legendary. Mbappé became only the second player in history, after Jeff Hurst in 1966, to score a hat trick in a World Cup final. And even though France lost, Mbappé was the best player on the pitch. It was a performance that cemented his place as football's next true global icon. At 23, Mbappé was one of the most complete attacking players in the world. Here's what made him so unstoppable. Lightning pace, easily the fastest player on the pitch, capable of leaving defenders behind in seconds. Deadly finishing, whether it's one-on-ones, volleys, or powerful shots, Mbappé could score from anywhere. Elite decision-making, unlike most fast wingers, he wasn't wasteful. His decision-making in the final third was world-class. Vision and playmaking, he wasn't just a goal scorer. He was also an elite creator, racking up assists for teammates. Big game mentality. At 23, he had already delivered in the biggest games, from the World Cup final to the Champions League knockouts. This wasn't just an athletic beast. This was a football genius with the skills to dominate the game for the next decade. At 23, Mbappé was officially the most valuable player in football. PSG even rejected a €200 million bid from Real Madrid because they believed he was too important to lose. Few players in history have had this much power at such a young age. Mbappé was already seen as the heir to Messi and Ronaldo, the one who would take over as the best player in the world. At 23 years old, Kylian Mbappé was already one of the best players in world football, and he was still getting better. He was a World Cup champion and Golden Boot winner, a league-dominating goal machine, a big game performer on the world's biggest stage, the most valuable player in football. If this is how good he was at 23, imagine what he could become at 28.